So I had Nova die, no idea why. And then after Alex had Nico for, I don't know, like 3 months, Nico started getting lumps and then he started declining. So Alex got him tested by RAL, R-A-L. And that's basically a lab in Texas that has PCB testing for arenavirus. So Alex went and got Nico tested, and Nico tested positive for arenavirus. Alex then told me I acted emotionally because in my head, this is the thoughts. I knew that Coty's male IMG that he'd used like as his breeding stock had died. It just died, same way Nova died. And he can say whatever he wants. It wasn't IBD, it wasn't this, it wasn't that. He can't prove that it wasn't. His snake died randomly. My snake died randomly. I can't prove what it is and what it isn't because I didn't do a necropsy and he did not either. I can't prove what his snake died of, but his snake died. And he posted about it, but then I couldn't find those posts. It's like they were gone. And then after that male snake died, he sold off like all his boas. So to me, what does that look like? Like, I don't care if that's not what it was, but just think of what that looks like. So you had your male snake die, maybe you noticed something was wrong with your collection, and then you started selling off your animals. To me, that seems pretty shady, and there's no way around it. There's no excuses. Your snake died randomly. You got rid of 90% of your boas, or almost all of them. Like, like, what does that look like to you? So I start, like, in my head thinking, okay, well, his snake died. Nico is now sick. Nova died. Nico had sex with Nova. Maybe, just maybe, Nico had whatever the dad had. So now I start worrying and thinking to myself, oh no, what if my snakes are sick? And I had not thought this at all until Nico got sick and Nico passed. This was just a nightmare. So what do I want to do? Let's test them. I'm going to test all my breeder boas. All my boas that I plan to breed, let's test them. I can't afford to test them. I have been barely getting by because my salon's been ruined by COVID. Before COVID came along, I was making $3,000 to $4,000 a month and I was laughing. My expenses are around $2,000 a month, so I had about $1,000 to $2,000 a month to play with. And after COVID has like totally wrecked my business. For the past couple of years, I haven't really been trying to sell snakes because I don't know what the heck I even have. And I also switched from pictures and prices on my website to videos because I thought that would be a good idea. It was terrible. I had my worst sale for reptiles, but I've also never really kind of pushed for selling the reptiles anyways. So I couldn't afford to test my snakes. And Alex, being the kind person that he is, literally bought a snake off me that got sick and died. He tested my snakes for me. And I have told him like the money that you've spent on me and the money that you spent on Nico, I'm gonna reimburse you with my green tree python babies when I have them, because that's all I can do. Like I don't have the money right now. My expenses are about a little over $2,000 a month and I'm barely making like $1,500. So I'm hanging on by a thread. And then all this happened. Alex came and he paid to test the snakes. And I'm going to have a link to the website where you can test your snakes too. Instead of having to go to the vet and spend whatever money, let's say $100, $200 to see your vet, and then them charging you more money to send the tests and get them done, you can go directly to RAL, you can order the test kits, and then you have to ship them overnight. So each snake you test is $25 American. The kit that you buy is around $100 American, and overnight shipping to get it to Texas, because it's the only place that does it, another $100 to $200. No one is testing their animals. No breeders are really testing their animals, especially not all of them. So the tests go, and 8 out of my 11 snakes test positive for Irina virus. I'm devastated. Like it's just, I find out my family, like my little family that I've been working on and growing and taking care of for years, and each one of the snakes that I breed, I've raised from baby, or I've rescued them, I've taken care of them. All this time, I've kept them in perfect health. There was one time that I had another snake that had issues. I went and took it to get tested for the same thing, except instead of doing the PCB testing, we did the blood swab, and the blood swab had no inclusions in it. Because that's the other thing, the PCB testing, it's like a thing that puts saliva on it, negative or positive. The inclusion blood swab, they look in the blood for inclusions, and if there's inclusions, then it probably has inclusion body disease. Neither of the tests are 100% though. That's another thing. Like they're not, it could be a false positive, it could be this, it could be that. Just because there's no inclusions in the blood doesn't mean that it doesn't have inclusion body disease. So with Akira, I had her put down, and the male that she has been with, I gave away to someone who didn't have any other pet snakes. So right away when I found out that 8 out of my 11 snakes tested positive, that's what I was thinking. Either I'm gonna have to euthanize them all, or they're gonna go to people who are gonna keep them as pets. That's what I was, preparing to do. I started messaging some of my friends that I knew really liked certain snakes. I'm like, hey, do you wanna keep that snake as a pet? And you can, if you're willing to give it a good home, I'll give you it for free, and you can take care of it, and just know that if something goes wrong with it, if it starts getting symptoms, if it starts showing that it's sick, you're gonna have to put it down. So just a royal bloody nightmare. I'm broke, my snakes are sick, I have to get rid of the animals that I've spent the last decade caring for. It doesn't get much worse than that. I was extremely angry. And what do you do when you're angry? You try and blame someone. Or I did blame Coty. I was angry, and I put 2 and 2 together, and it leads to my snakes are sick, and it's because of the snake that I got from Coty. It's possible, but it's also maybe not. The day I got the results, I confronted Coty, because that's what I do. If I'm mad at you, I go and I tell you I'm angry at you because of this. I accused him, I blamed him, I went at him. I didn't threaten him or anything, because that's not what I do. I don't go threatening people and calling them names on groups and chats and all that stuff. I go straight to your face and say, look, I have a problem with you. Because that's what a real man does, okay? That's what a real person does. You got a problem with someone, you go and you deal with them. You got a problem with me, send me a DM. Tell me to my face. Confront me. So I confronted Coty, and the whole time that I'm messaging Coty and like kind of telling him these things, he keeps saying to me, do you have proof? Where's the proof? Can I see the proof? Can I see the proof? Show me the proof. Show me the proof. I want to see the proof. Why does he want the proof? Why does the proof mean anything to him? Why does he care about the proof? I'll tell you why. He wants the proof to throw it in my face. And I don't care. I don't have the proof because I didn't get the sheets back because Alex did the testing for me. So Alex gave me the results. I told him anyways. I don't care if everyone knows, because I was going to be open about it all anyways, so that I could explain to you what I'm planning to do and what's happening. The only reason that Coty wanted the proof and was so like bothering me about it, and then also like, do I have to go make a thing about this? Like, should I go and do a thing? Like, should I post about this? Like, are you planning to like come after me or something? Like, he just weaseled out, and it was like, I wasn't planning to attack Coty online or say crap. That wasn't what I was planning to do. I was really angry at him for selling me the snake that could have brought the sickness into my collection or whatever, but really, I was just confronting him because I was angry. And I think that that's understandable. But I was aggressive, but I wasn't threatening. I talked to a couple other keepers, but I didn't go public about it. I messaged Dan Yuramovic and I messaged Bradley, because to me it either came from Coty or from Bradley. Those were the two snakes that I brought into my collection. Coty and Ashley, the importer, then started making, Coty posted about me then on groups all over Facebook that I'm basically now selling 6 snakes and that I have 6 snakes and everyone should know about it. So what can I do about that? Nothing. I don't really care. He's an absolute weasel, coward, and because I'm ready to, you know, discuss, debate, try and figure out what's going on. And I'm always ready to kind of debate with anyone. If you want to debate with me, sure. If you want to just call me names and say nasty things about me without knowing anything at all, then you're not worth my time. And even with this whole thing, I'm not going to fight anymore. I don't want to fight with people. Well, I don't care to fight with people, and they're not really worth my time. Like there's enough negativity and crap going on in my life that I don't need to start fighting with everyone. If you're going to say something, I have the right to defend myself. And I think that when poop stinks, you should say it stinks. You shouldn't lay back and let that happen.